been spending some time with NextGen this morning. Why is it so important for Tempest Minerals to engage with the next generation when it comes to the future of mining and mineral exploration?
Look, the CoreLearningFoundation, the NextGen event that we're here, is super important to everyone because we need to educate the coming generations about the importance of the mining industry because we do have a shortage of people in the industry and Tempest Minerals has suffered that like everyone else.
And how do you see the next gen shaping mining industry? What role does education play in ensuring a sustainable future for resources?
As a general rule, the public doesn't have a great understanding of mining, so this is a good opportunity for us to impart some knowledge to the younger generation so that it can filter through into a bigger society. But also it means that people who are educated in what mining is and how it works beforehand, when they come to join the industry in professional role, that they can be more efficient and enter it, and there's less of a learning curve.
Tempest Minerals is known for its forward-thinking approach. Why do you think it's crucial for companies like yours to connect with and inspire the next wave of geologists and innovators?
Minerals are getting harder to find, and so we need to inspire people to think outside the box and do things differently. So that's one of the reasons Tempest has always been innovative in that regard, and I think the next generation of people who are coming through need to be ready to try new things so that we can keep finding minerals to keep society moving.
You're straight for time at the moment, Angel. No, that's okay.
What message do you want to share with young people about the opportunities in mining and how this industry is evolving?
Look, the first thing I want to point out when it comes to opportunities for young people in the industry is that the mining industry is very different to the historical themes that are there with the pick and shovel and the alcoholic sort of old men. The mining industry now covers the whole gamut of diversity, and it also covers everything from the environment through to engineering, science, and business.
And from your perspective, what excites you about the future of mining and how can the next gen be part of driving that change?
Look, everything's been improved in this world, and if the next gen have any of the capacity that they seem to, then we'll have a vibrant and exciting mining industry going forward.
Thanks so much for the introduction, and I must say I've garnered a bit of a reputation for jumping around stage and being active over the last couple of years, but today everyone's going to be disappointed. I'm just going to be sitting here recovering from a bit of surgery from last week. As was mentioned, I'm here representing Tempest Minerals. We're a junior miner and developer, and I'll go through our suite of projects. Okay, it is working, that's good. There's the obligatory disclaimer for everyone to read in their own time with excitement. So a bit about the company. I see a few familiar faces in the crowd that know the story already, but for those who aren't familiar, we're a Western Australia based company. We've got a market cap of about 10 million, we've got about $1 million of cash in the bank. Spectacular team on the board, including Brian Moller, who many of you'll know. One of his previous companies, Sol Gold, is speaking sometime after me in this session. The thing that sets us different from the rest of the industry or our peers is that we've got a very strong focus on technology and how that can integrate with doing good science and project management and that kind of thing. Our projects, as I mentioned, Western Australian based. We've got 4 of them there at the moment, and they're covering a range of commodities, including base metals, iron, and of course the ever important gold in the current market. And I'll be separating today's presentation into two halves, which are two of our foci at the moment, the first one being gold and the second being iron. So I'll start from the most current information. This is our range project, which is located in Mount Magnet. So many of the audience will be familiar with our neighbours. The green colour on the screen being Ramelius Resources, and being chipped already this week. The market cap on that is quite out of date. I think it's more than double that now. And we also have Ordell Minerals, who are in the orange. They're a recent addition to the ASX, and they've made a major gold discovery there in Mount Magnet. And you see lonely old Tempest, little red square in the middle there. That's a section of ground that's essentially unexplored, but is the same geology and same rocks as the other two neighbours that we have on the screen there. So that's probably something to keep in mind when you're considering Tempest as a potential investment, is our comparative market cap of the companies beside us there, same geology. It's not just neurology, even though this picture does look like it. That picture there is the southernmost open pit of the Ramelius operations. That's called the Britannia pit. And then everything to the bottom is Tempest Minerals. So it's a long strike from that open pit. And we did some very cool geological modelling in the last year or two, and recently we've been doing a number of field campaigns to verify that, and we now have gold rock chips in excess of 1 kilometre along strike from that open pit. And as the summary says there, we just finished a drill program. So here's another picture of the same information. The green area on the screen, the light green, the lime green, is where we're drilling, and we just finished a couple days ago. So we announced that yesterday, that we've just finished drilling. And the orange or the yellow colour to the south is where we've just conducted a wide-scale geochemical survey. So as I mentioned, we've remodeled the geology of the entire project. We've done a bunch of geochemistry to extend some of those targets that we've just been talking about. And there's the guys on the auger there. And we just finished drilling program a few days ago. So we announced this yesterday, 1,500 metres. It's only a preliminary section of drilling, but we tested a number of targets. It isn't just one. So we've got at least 3 different types of geology happening here. And we know that all 3 of those are mineralised. And I really wanted to have those results for everyone here for the presentation today, but we're yet to receive them from the laboratory. That is life, but frustrating. But I can tell you that without telling too much, that we were very, very excited by what we saw in the drilling, and we are eagerly awaiting those assays, to say the very least. So moving on to the next project, this is our flagship project. It's the Yalgoo project. So for those who aren't familiar with Western Australia, Yalgoo is about 5 hours north of Perth, and every circle that you see on the screen there is a deposit or a mine, and the big circles are world-class mines. You've got all up probably 10 million ounces of gold on that picture there. The big red circle is Australia's one of the longest running highest grade copper mines, Golden Grove, 29 metals. You've got one of the largest tungsten deposits in Australia, and you've got several of the largest iron ore deposits in Australia as well, including Carrara, which is the largest operating magnetite mine in the state. So lots going on, and we think we're going to find some more on that. So we've rewritten the geology in the entire region over the last few years. This is one of our first targets we're looking to drill very soon. We've got a, whatever it is, 1.5 to 2 kilometre long geochemical anomaly, and with grades of up to 7 grams in rock chips, 300 ppb gold in the soils, which for those of you who aren't technical is very good. And frankly, next door, a few hundred metres away, there's a known resource by Warriedar Resources, WA8, who have just been taken over by Capricorn Minerals. So we're looking forward to getting in and doing some drilling on that as well. This is the target that started our project, the War West project. So we believe ultimately this is something comparable to what is going on in the Pilbara for De Grey Mining's Hemi deposit, in that this is an intrusive related gold system. We have drilled a number of programs here and we have found some gold, as you can see on the screen there, in 2020 and 2021. And we have an underutilized processing facility and mill. You can see it on the screen there. It's very, very close, only a kilometre or so away. So if we even get a hint of a resource there, we think that there's a rapid project development and processing option for us available. Messenger, one of the first places gold is mined in Australia, full stop, and super high grade. We know there's gold there. We're going to be doing more testing there coming up. Euro Target, we tested this one in 2021, and we got some gold results that in today's market would have set the market alight, but at the time no one was really interested in. We've got 3 metres at 4, 2 metres at 2 metres at 3, 15 metres at 2 grams, and there's dozens of these holes in the area, but this deposit seems to have just been forgotten about. We picked it up and we're going to be progressing this one as well. So as you can see, we've got a lot on the table, and our fairly modest market cap doesn't reflect what could be coming up. And that doesn't even start on the iron part of the story. So hasn't been the most sexy commodity on the market for the last 12 months. I know this time last year I stood up here and said we just finished drilling a program and we made an iron discovery, and there wasn't much excitement, but in 12 months we've gone, so that's the same area. You can see Remorse and Halo there. In that time we've generated exploration target, so we know at Remorse alone, that deposit, there's going to be 100 million tonnes there on its own in resource. We have drilled out 60 million tonnes of resource already, and we've completed basically all the metallurgy we need to start mining. So we've done 9 composite samples across the entire deposit. We've got maximum results of up to 70% recovery on our magnetite. That is as high as physically possible for a sample. So we're very, very happy with what we've got there. Almost no impurities in the chemistry. So we've got a coarse grain deposit at the surface, long, 5 kilometres long. We've got 100 million tonnes of it, and we think that this could be a very rapid development, low cost operation. And if that isn't good enough, you can see the one I'm just talking about on the right hand side, and on the left hand side we now realise we've got a second one, and that's called Halo. So we've identified all these targets through geochemical testing and by outcrop, but at the surface the iron doesn't look that exciting, but you go even 1 metre down below the surface and you've got high grade magnetite. So there could be, on this screen here, in the coming year or two, there could be 500 million tonnes of iron ore without any problems whatsoever. And the big question we always get is, what are you going to do with it? Well, that comes onto the next page here. We've recently signed an MOU with a steel producer. They're creating a steel recycling plant near Perth, and their plan is to build a centralised hub that a number of companies are going to use to process their ore, and then ultimately upgrade that into either HBI, DRI, or even into actual steel products. So that could be the first domestic steel in Australia in many decades. And Tempest will be the first cab off the rank supplying the ore for that project. To give you some idea of the scale, that's our project there in red. And we've got multiple iron ore mines around us that we can send ore to. We also have rail. We've got 3 rails, 2 highways, power, water, telecoms. It's a very easy place to work. And if this steel facility gets built at the top middle of the map there, then we could be a production company and producing here in Australia very rapidly. So that's all for the projects today. What's coming up that could be catalyst for our share price, our ailing share price. On the gold front, I mentioned already, we just finished a drill program, and we think some of the results of that could give us a significant re-rate, and they should be out in the next week or so, so I encourage everyone to stay tuned for that. We're also going to be testing a number of other gold targets that we have that I've run through in this presentation with you. And then of course we have the potential to becoming an iron producer, iron and steel producer, and we've got a number of announcements coming up for that part of the business as well. Obviously I'm presenting here at IMARC, but I'll be at a number of conferences in the next 6 months as well, so feel free to come see us at the booth and have a chat or whatever. And even if you don't, I strongly encourage you to visit our YouTube channel and our website, but our YouTube channel in particular has a video for every announcement we do where I explain in plain language to you what is the announcement it's about, and also we have footage from the field showing exactly, we have full transparency where we're working, what we're doing, and what it looks like out there. It means you don't have to come and eat the flies with us. That's it. Appreciate everyone's time. Thank you.